Happy extra hour of sleep day, y'all. Johnnie Ferro here coming at you with an impromptu live on a Sunday night. Figure what better night than a Sunday where we get extra sleep to spend a little bit of time doing a little bit of recording. Oh, goodness. There we go. Sorry, I had a little bit of a... my volume was up on my laptop where I'm monitoring all my comments. So, I got a little bit different of a setup tonight. I got my camera going pretty much direct onto the screen that I'm on, so you can kind of see the more technical view, so to speak, of what I'm doing here. So, I'm just getting my cable plugged in, then we're going to get going on some music. How's everyone's weekend going? Let's see, do we have anyone in the house yet? If there's anyone in the house, by all means, please do shout out where you're at, say hey, and tell me where you're watching from. Because, yeah, that's just fun. Oh, goodness. Let's see what we got here. Oh, so we have to come up with a guitar tone. Well, that's fun. Let's do that. You got anyone in the house yet? Where are we at? Who's watching? Where are you watching from? Shout it out in the chat. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're at. Let me know how's it going this weekend. Oh, hey, Linda. No worries, Linda. I'm just glad you stopped in and said, hey, always good to see you here on the lives. Oh, hey, Linda, I'm not sure if you saw this, by the way, but I got, and I guess I'll say this now for everyone, but I've started participating in a new streaming platform, a new platform actually for my music, and it's actually in the description. I believe it's called Ouya. So if you haven't already, when you got a second, take a look at it. Just click on the link. It's free for fans to sign up for this site, and it's pretty cool. It's actually artist driven. So as artists, all the artists pay a subscription to be part of this platform, and what it is that they can set it up however suits their needs. So the way I have mine set up is all my catalog is streaming for free on this platform. And then people can still buy downloads from the platform. And what's cool is that because it's subscription for me, any of the downloads that I sell, if I sell merch or if I get tips, the platform doesn't take any of that. I actually get to keep it. Like there's no, that's why there's a subscription. It's like a flat subscription fee, and it's very low. It's extremely reasonable. And it's based on how many followers you have as well. So it's actually tiered in a way that makes sense. But I'm trying to get some followers on there and get some people just coming over there to, for access to my music. I'm going to be doing releases on this platform. I'm going to be doing like early release stuff. For example, the single I'm working on now that I'm in the process of that I'm going to do on this video, that's going to release early on this platform. So, definitely pop over there, sign up for a free account. It's super easy to sign up, very fast, doesn't cost you anything. And then if you wouldn't mind going over, finding me and giving me a heart so that you're following me, and then that's pretty much it. And then you'll just be up to date. You'll get notifications whenever I drop stuff, and it'll always. My plan is to drop majority of, if not all of my releases on this platform ahead of any other release that I do, like ahead of releasing it to iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff. Yeah. So what we're doing now is we're going to set up guitar tones, and I had some actually pretty cool ideas for. I actually came up with lyrics for this over the weekend. Now, the lyric writing, it wasn't super eventful because I basically found an old set of lyrics I had that worked really well, and I just tweaked it. So the name of this song is actually going to be called "We All Have Our Demons." Really excited for it. Really loving the lyrics that I put together, and the way it moves, and it's going to have a really rhythmic, like lyrically, it's very rhythmic, but in a way that works really well with the music, I think. So I'm really excited. Oh, cool, Linda. Yeah, whenever you got a chance, you know. I mean, my goal. Oh, also, just so you guys know, so the last time I was on here was Thursday night, not this last Thursday, the Thursday before. That night I got food poisoning. So that's why I haven't been on since. I was recovering for like 6 days. Like I was in bad shape, and totally fine now, thank God. And finally, not only like well, but back, my strength and my energy is back because I've been able to eat over the last few days. But I meant to be on earlier to work on this, but that's why I wasn't, is that I actually had food poisoning, which really sucked. But going back to Ooh Yeah, is that really what this is part of like how I want to monetize my music, because, you know, I mean, it's interesting because music, it's not about the money by any means. Like, that's not my why. That's not what drives me. However, I also unfortunately need money to fund the things I do, you know? Just obviously I need to put food on the table and keep the lights on, and not only that, but sometimes I need strings and gear and things. I have to, you know, I'm actually in the process of working on updating my studio setup because it really needs it badly. It's very past due. Like, I need to replace my studio computer. So monetizing my music is a big way that that's all going to be facilitated. And so having people on this platform with me and being there, like, my goal is to get on an immediate basis, get 1,000 engaged fans on this platform. And, you know, what that does is it's, you know, if you think about it, like if I take a single and I release it early and it's $2 for the download, you know, and I do that a couple times a month, you know, it costs each fan $2, but that's like $4,000 a month. That literally pays my bills, you know? That's kind of the game I'm playing, and then sky's the limit from there. And again, not for the purpose of making money itself, but because I have a lot of big plans, a lot of big things I want to do. As far as music I want to make, as far as people I want to collaborate with, as far as projects I want to get into, as far as promotional stuff I want to do. I mean, and that's all very key to making that happen. So again, if everyone can go over to Ooh Yeah, this is kind of going to be one of those key things in the equation of making that happen. And, you know, it's just a way, it's a very easy way as a fan of the music, as somebody who follows and appreciates and supports what I'm doing, to make a really big difference with, I mean, at this point, for nothing other than subscribing to me on Ooh Yeah, which is totally free. And then, you know, just when I release stuff, spend $2 on it. No biggie, you know, piece of cake. You see a piece of merch you like, pick it up. You know, not a big deal. I mean, a huge deal, but not like you're like, I don't expect anybody to spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars on me at once. I mean, if you want to, you can. You can definitely leave tips in my tip jar, and I accept any amount of money for sure. But anyway, I'm just trying to put things in a way where it's like everything is conveniently located for access for you guys, and in a way that's also viable for me and easy to manage for me, so that we are all just like one big happy music loving and creating family, and life is beautiful. Okay, enough babbling. I'm going to get to some guitar tones here. So what I've done is I've created 2 guitar tracks. So these are going to be tracks that I play in. There's a left and a right, and what that means is that I'm going to double my guitar part. And if you think of this, of the here, I'll show you on this other screen. If you think of these pan knobs, think of this as like a stage, right? This is the left side of the stage, right side of the stage. So when I do my guitars, I want to have one guitar all the way to the left, one guitar all the way to the right. And that's how we're going to get a really good, wide, thick guitar sound that's going to be very imposing. So I'm going to play the guitar part once, and then I'm going to double it, and then I'm going to push everything hard to the left and hard to the right, respectively. And that's going to give me my rhythm guitar tone, which is it's a fundamental part of what I do. It's a very important part of, getting this track off on the right foot. So we got, just to show you what we have here too. So we got, just going to play a little bit. This has the rhythm guitar taken out because I have that scratch guitar that's been muted. So we got our intro. This is going to be all rhythm guitar here. Drums coming in. And there is one part that I'm going to actually extend. I'm going to turn my rhythm guitar scratch on just for reference because I'm going to need it. There's going to be a little bass solo in here. This is going to be a bridge, and I'm going to make this a little bit wider. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to extend this. So right here we got, what do we got here? So we got from 1, 2, 3, we have 4 bars. We need to make it 8 bars. And this has to do with my lyrics that I have, which you haven't heard yet. Based on the lyrics I have, I want to extend this a bit. So 172, I'm going to create 4 more bars here. And then copy this and paste. So now we got that's lined up right. By the way, as usual, as we're going along here, if anyone has any questions, definitely do not hesitate to ask. I definitely am interested in making sure that your questions are answered on what I'm doing. Now, what I'm also going to do here is create a bit of a solo section. So I'm going to create some more bars. I'm not going to make it big, maybe 8 bars, you know. All right. I kind of want to make like an 8-bar solo just to stretch it a little bit. So let's see here. 5, 8, 6, 8, 7, 88. Oh, 4 more bars. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Not super crazy long, because this is, after all, an industrial song. It's not a Guns N' Roses tune, but I do want to have a little bit of a solo in there, I think. So let's see what we got here now. And during this solo section, I'm actually going to take out... I think... I think I need to go backward. This happens sometimes. So let's start over here, because I totally copied the wrong thing. So that's what we want to copy. What we got to move is this. So 1, 2, whoa, no, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need 4 more bars. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So I see we got a couple people watching in here. If you're here, definitely shout out. Tell me who you are and where you're watching from. If you're somebody I know in particular, I would just love to know you're here. So now this should be better. Let's see what we got here. Johnnie Mess. Oh, I realized something. I need to make another 4 bars. Johnny, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I think I got it now. By the way, I love that you said, yeah. Doing good, brother, doing good. Just checking my timing to make sure my edits were done correctly. I think we just might have exactly what we need here as far as length goes. Plus, I wanted to make the song a little longer too. It was a little short. I mean, as it is, it's like still only like 2.5 minutes, so I didn't even extend it that much. Not that I have a problem with having a shorter song, but right at 2 minutes was just a little bit too brief for me. So now the other thing I want to do here I want to actually take out maybe I'll leave it in. Whatever. Fuck it, I like it in there. Alright, so now that I got all that done, finally, I can get to my guitar tone. Also, organization point. We're going to color code everything here for easy spotting. So, John, you working on anything, man? You been writing it all? You been playing it all? Man, I haven't talked to you in, like, live in so long. Fill me in, man. What's the good word? And we're up to 3 people watching now, which is cool. So make sure you hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share the stream too, especially on Facebook or wherever, because I would love, more the merrier, right? In fact, I'm going to do a quick share here. Yeah. Get a party started. All right, so guitar tone. Got our guitars all set here. We got to get our inputs set up here. Mic 1, because I'm doing all my recording for my first input. And so I got my guitar plugged in, which is good. It's important. So I'm going to go ahead and record enable myself. Well, that's cool, man. Bro, I'd love to hear some of what you got going on, John. Like, if you feel like sending me some files, I would love to give anything you got a listen, because I am a fan for sure. Much a fan. Always have been. Alright, so we're checking our input. Now notice, my input here, this is where my guitar is coming through, and when I hit it, it comes up to about halfway or a little more. That's about where you want it. You don't need it much more than that. Little information on that. Back in the day when things were done with analog equipment, reel-to-reel recorders and stuff like that, which is way more difficult and complicated, you had to compete with a noise floor, they called it. Basically like a standing noise that was there as part of the recording process. So you had to turn your stuff up really high to get above that. Not the case with digital recording. Or my signal in on my preamps or on my interface is very clean, so you can hear there's not like noise just happening. So I don't have to compete with that. So to get a good clean signal, you don't need all that gain, all that volume, right? So right now, where we are is kind of perfect. So let's get some tone dialed in here. Let's see. So I'm going to go to my guitar tool rack, which is probably my favorite guitar effect plugin. It's the one that I use the most, that's for sure. And here we go. Let's see. Definitely going for something heavy. This is an industrial track, and I'm going to check some of the stuff. Like when I do presets, or when I do settings rather, if I get something I really like, these are all things that I have saved. So I have settings I like, something I really dig as a tone, I will save it. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out, John. I will definitely check that out. Maybe we can do that as a collab or something like that. I would definitely love to work with you again. It's been too long. So let's see. This is supposed to say bass, by the way, not ass. But let's see. So these, by the way, are like song titles of things where I like. These were the settings I had for a certain song, right? This, as I recall, is a pretty good industrial tone. Let's see what we got. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, duh. I know what's happening. I have to set up for this to go here. So, rhythm guitar. Now, we will get some tone. I mean, that's pretty close. I think I'm going to take off. I got some echo on here, some delay, so I'm going to get rid of that and the reverb. I'm going to keep it very dry. That's a pretty damn good tone. By the way, I'm playing a Minerick Inferno, or I'm sorry, the Fury. Actually, here I'll see if I can spin my camera around. Can I do that? Yeah, I can. Hello. This is the guitar I'm playing. It's one of my Minericks. I've done a lot of recording and a lot of stage performance with this guitar, and it is awesome. And very cost effective too, by the way. If you or anyone you know is looking to pick up an electric guitar, something to get started on, or even something to just gig with, these things I think on the street are only like $500, and they are freaking awesome. Loving that tone. One thing I'm going to check though, I'm going to drop the low end a little bit because it is a hair on the muddy side. I'm going to pop up my treble a little bit. I'm going to pop up my mid-range a touch. Doesn't need a lot. And now let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I am loving that. Now one thing I will do is turn down my overall volume of my guitar because that will just overpower everything. And I do need to hear the drums to be able to record this effectively. One other thing I'm going to check here is this. What this does basically is makes it, sometimes if you record you'll hear a very slight delay in your sound that can be distracting. I'm basically getting rid of that. Alright, so now we need to record some guitars. Now this, what I'm going to show you is sorry, a little unnecessary noodling, but I'm kind of warming my hands up a little bit. So what I'm going to show you here is the way that I record when I'm recording really for high volume production. And the reason I say that is that when I'm getting products, I don't worry about getting like perfect takes. basically what I'll do is take everything in pieces and kind of, like, it's called flying them in. I'll take a part, get it down just right in one section, and then it'll repeat, so I'll just copy and paste it essentially. That is how, it's one of the secrets to getting a really good sounding song without and minimizing the time you spend on it. And this is a common technique used in professional studios. This isn't like a cheat so much as this is a prevailing technique used to record. And you can still, if you know what you're doing, and if you're really good at what you're doing, and if you really take the time to do it right, you can get a very organic live sound, and it still sounds great. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Yeah. The other thing too that's important is that right now, so when you're recording, you have what are called your tempo, or your beats per minute. My beats per minute is 180. So you see this click track here. If I solo this, this is going at 180 beats per minute. That is the same tempo as my drum track. And if you'll notice here, I'll actually I'll just play them a little bit. I'll solo the drums and the click. You can see they're locking up perfectly. So that's important for editing purposes. If you look, I have what's going on here, what's known as grid mode, which means that all of this, these grid marks here, this is broken into bars based on the tempo of the song, right? So when I edit, I know that if I play, like let's say I'm taking a phrase of a song and I'm playing like a verse, right? I know that if I play between, let's say here and here, let's pretend that's a verse. I can play that multiple times, and anything I play in there can be interchanged based on what I like best and used and chopped up and utilized, and it should all fit together really nicely. You have to do grid recording to do that. You can't really do it any other way, right? And that's, again, how the professional stuff is done. Oh, wow, I just realized I'm still turned around here. Sorry about that. So we're on grid recording here. And let's, again, pretend that this is like a section of a song. Say that's a phrase. So if everything's to tempo, so we got a tempo of 180 up here, which this grid, these lines correspond to that. So based on beats per minute, every beat represented by one of these grid lines is based on that amount of beats per minute. So when I edit, I can create things that fit into that sort of a slot. It's a difficult thing to explain, but when you see me working, you'll kind of get it, I think. Yeah. One other thing I'm going to do before I get started, though, is that now that I have lyrics, what I am going to do, because I kind of know where things are, lyrically speaking, is I'm going to actually create markers for the different sections of the song, so like verses, choruses, that kind of thing. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to play through it and just be putting these markers in as I go. So we're going to play through and hear it, and I'm just going to go ahead and put those in as we listen. So it'll be pretty quick, so it's only like a 2.5 minute song. Here we go. that up. Okay. Alright, I gotta move that up 4 bars. Oh no, that's, yeah, it should be right there. Alright, so now I gotta see what I did here, because I think I screwed something up when I was doing my moves here. All right. I gotta create 4 more bars. One, two, three, 4. That's it. Okay, I think we're good here now. It's crazy. We're still only at like less than 2.5 minutes. This is so different of a song for me to do. I'm so used to writing longer stuff, you know? All right, sorry, I know I didn't talk a bunch or explain a bunch, but basically I'm just kind of getting all of the organization in on this thing so that now that I'm set to push the record button on some guitars, everything's lined up and where it should be so it makes sense. So what I am going to do now, I'm going to mute my scratch guitar, the original guitar part that I played just when I was writing this, right? And so I got to find where I'm going to start playing. I will need my click track. So that right there is where I'm going to be playing. So good. So bar 8. So we're creating a little break here, right? So now we got this first little piece that we're playing. This I'm only going to play one of. I'm not going to have the double guitar on it because I want the intro to start out a little bit on the sparse side. It'll come up very quick. But so I'm going to do this now. I'm going to start by playing this part. And what I've got here is what's called a pre-roll and a post-roll. This is how you punch in. So this track is going to actually start playing about 4 minutes, or 4 seconds rather, before this little section I'm gonna record, and then it'll play as long as 4 minutes basically, unless I stop it. But what I'm going to do now is just play this little snip, and I'm going to play it until I get it perfect. Right? Which shouldn't be too bad. I definitely have been drilling this enough, but here we go. This is the first little live recording section we're doing. So we're firing away now. And there's that. So let's see how that matched up with our click track. I'm going to turn my guitar down a little bit. It was a little hard to tell. And I couldn't really hear the click very well because the guitar was loud. And I mean, hey, I like loud guitars, so I'm not even complaining about that. But just for the purposes of recording, definitely need to hear that. So all right, so let's try that again. I think that probably was a little better. Let's see what that was like. I am very happy with that. So now we're going to do a section, and I'm going to use my, oh actually let me do this. Let me turn the scratch guitar off and hear that again. That was pretty clean. I'm actually quite happy with that. So now, let's see, let's get our next section. And there's going to be a lot of hard cutoffs in this song too, by the way. So you'll get that as we go along here. All right, so next section to record is that. And now once we do this section, we're going to do a bunch of copying and pasting with it. But we're also going to double it. So you'll see that. You'll see all that stuff happening just momentarily here. So here we go. Cut. So let's see how that was. I'm going to turn off the scratch and let's see how that was. And somewhere, you know, when we get into like mixing and things later on, I might have like a delay there to let that ring out a little bit, but we're not there. So now we're going to double that. So I'm going to take record mode off of this track and we're going to take it onto the double track. So now we're recording onto our right side track. And by the way, right now, both of these things, these tracks, are kind of panned up the middle. When I get them both recorded, I'll show you. I'll separate them. I'll move them all the way left and right. And you'll see how nice and wide and thick that makes the sound. It's actually pretty, it excites me, I'm not going to lie. But okay, good. So here we go. Doing our double take. Let's see how that sounds. We got our scratch turned off, so we're just hearing our 2 takes we just did. Now, that sounded pretty much like 1 take, which is actually good. They should sound pretty identical as far as like the way they match up rhythmically, but now when I separate these, hear what this sounds like now. That's a nice, beefy, wide sound. And I may do some other things to like beef that up and thicken that up later, but for right now, that's pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with that. So now what we got here is we actually have, this is our chorus essentially, right? This is what plays over every chorus. So we can copy and paste this everywhere that there is a chorus. So first I'm going to group these. Again, organization, very key to a successful recording. So we're going to copy this and that screen, we're going to go to our first chorus. And you see how that syncs up perfectly with the drums? That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to go to the next chorus. Same thing, we're going to paste that in. I think I am going to do a little one-hit thing here. Give myself a bar. And this is just a little kind of a writing thing, right? So there we go. You'll see what I'm going to do in a second. Trying to get a good, like, metal-y sound. Let's try that again. So let's see what that sounds like. Alright, do that for now. I might change that later, but let's double that. I'm going to fade that down. playing around with my fades, making them perfect. There we go. And then I'll put some like delays or something on there again to make it sound cool as opposed to just like a dry like cutout, you know. Now let's go to our solo section, which is just going to be chorus riffs. This is pretty much going to be chorus riffs the rest of the way out. Now let's listen to what this all sounds like. We got what I would consider to be a pretty solid chorus guitar part. Now, we got to play our verses. And we got to play our little bridge thing, which is all pretty easy stuff. So let's do that. So we got our little section here for our verses, which go like this. That's your verses. Let's see if we can nail a couple takes of that. Here we go. Not bad. I feel like it could be cleaner, but let's listen to it. Get that a little cleaner. Let's do it again. Ah, damn it. Okay, let's try that again. Timing. This is a really interesting timing on this. It's a pretty easy part, but the timing is very weird. I do that to myself sometimes. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. Here we go. Let's see how that went. I like the first half. No, I take it back. I want to replay the whole thing. This is a tough part. Okay, cool. Let's try that again. That I actually felt a lot better about. Let's see how it sounded. So that wasn't bad. There was one part that seemed a little not clean. Yeah, that right there. Okay. So we are going to swap out a little bit. So I like the beginning here. And what we do here with that, pull a little of the old track over. And let's see here. I'm going to make my grid a little more up close. Let's try that. I am happy with that. Okay, let's double it. Which in theory should be easier because I just got to play to it. You'd think that'd be easier, but we'll see. Yeah, let's see how we do here. Again. Oh wait, I just realized what I did too. I gotta switch my recording track, otherwise I'm recording over all the good stuff I just did. Let's try that again. I feel like I want to do that again. I'm not even going to listen to it. I can tell I can do better. Here we go. Let's see how that. I actually want to do it again. Still not happy with it. That was better. I don't know about the ending, but let's see what the rest of it was like. Actually, I don't mind the ending either. I think that works. I think we got our verse. Let's go to verse 2. Copy that in. bridge part here. It's not hard, but it's hard because it's got to be really in time. And this is like a fast muted part. And it's just going to be a little hard on the wrist. So let's see if we can get at least a snip of this that we can copy and paste. I'm just going to let it play from where this bass break would be. And then we'll go all the way to the solo. Let's see how we do here. Actually, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see how it matches up with our click. That's actually not bad at all. I think I'm gonna just double it. I kind of feel I'm surprisingly happy with how that came out. So let's do another take of that to double. And then we actually only need there. There. So let's actually see how that came out. Double. This will be a little bass thing. Good. Wow. Well, I think we actually just finished the rhythm guitars there on this, so I'm actually pretty excited. That's, I mean, the main rhythm, the dirty rhythm guitars. So let's give this a listen from the top and just see what we got. Let's make sure we're happy with it. So here we go. I'm going to take the click out. that's our track with the Hard Enough at 2 minutes 30 seconds. Now, obviously, it's not mixed at all. Even the guitar part, I'll need to do some some basic editing stuff, some cleanup. Not a ton though. It's actually a pretty clean track. It just, it needs some basic TLC just to make it perfect, like perfect, not a blemish on it, just some trims and things like that. But other than that, I'm really happy with that track. Actually, it came out really well. I'm really stoked with the riff that I wrote, and it's just all around. I'm very happy with this. Yeah, so that is the next phase down. I think I am going to jump off now. I got some more work to do and got to get my daughter to bed and fun stuff like that. But I wanted to jump on here again, just kind of get back on with you guys. It had been over a week. And again, I apologize, as I mentioned earlier in the feed, I had food poisoning. Actually, the last time I went on that night, I got food poisoning. And that was a week from this past Thursday. So I was out of commission pretty much for a week. And then playing catch up at the end of that because I had to catch up on all the work I missed, all the production stuff that I wasn't able to get done, blah, 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 yada, yada, boring stuff, sad story, etc., etc. But now I'm back to battery, back in swing. My strength is back. Got some projects coming up, this being one of them. I do have, again, down in the description of this video, a link to the new platform that I'm on called Ooh Yeah. Really killer artist-driven music streaming and, just a music platform for streaming, for purchasing my music and artist music, and for merch sales, for tipping me and any artist that you like, So definitely it's free to join for fans. So please do go to the link. Set up a free account if you wouldn't mind following me. That's a huge help. It's a big step in just really the next phase of my music business, so to speak. It means a lot. And then you're also in the loop on everything that's going on. I will be doing early release type of stuff on Ouya for most of my stuff going forward. At least that's my plan. Because I really do want people to go check it out. And it's great. It's, as artists, the artists actually pay to be on it. It's not much, but there is a fee for us to participate, and the whole point of that is that it's artist driven. The artist has some skin in the game, but then when we sell things on Ouya does not take any part of that because we paid to be there, so we literally take 100% of our profits, which is unheard of, and I think it's a really great system. I think it's, especially if you're an artist, like, look, if an artist is just kind of making music as like a fun hobby and it's kind of like they don't really have any business aspirations for it, then whatever, maybe not for them, but for an artist who's trying to really make a business out of it, I think it's a great model. I mean, it's obviously a brand new thing. I've never seen any other platform that does it. I actually personally know the guy that designed it and that is the owner and the founder of Ouya. And he's a great guy, great musician, great producer. And I really believe in the platform, and I really want to put fire behind him and lend him support. But I also really do want this to become a very integral part of my business. So just even by going down, setting up a free account, and then following me, hitting the heart icon on my profile, that right there is a big push, the big help, and then keep an eye out for my stuff releasing there, because it will probably be releasing there. My plan is to release my stuff early at Ouya before I release it anywhere else, and probably have some other perks and goodies and things for people that follow me there as well. So keep your eyes on Ouya. And guys, I hope that your weekend was awesome. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, wherever you are in the world, or if you're already on to Monday, I hope your Monday doesn't suck, because typically people think a Monday is sucking. Personally, I like to make Monday an awesome day, but for those of you that are dreading getting back to the grind, I hope it's not too bad for you. Be good, be safe. I'm Johnnie Ferro. I love you all, and I will see you on the next video. Later.